As a PC gamer, I must say I sail the high seas at every second of the day. I've never bought a single game in my life. You might as well call me Captain Blackbeard Jack Sparrow with all the games that I don't buy. I'm looking through my Steam library now of the hundreds and hundreds of games that are on there, not a single one of them that I have paid for, because I'm a PC gamer, and therefore do not pay for any games ever in my life. Sure, this is the largest gaming platform on the planet. Sure, every publisher is bending over backwards to try and get their games onto this platform so they can make lots of money off the gamers here. Little do they know that the gamers here don't buy any games, we just pirate all the games. I'm doing a bit right now, and none of what I've said is true, could you tell? So the other day, a new report came out claiming that the PC now makes up the lion's share of digital sales at Capcom, and there has been a 30% jump in annual PC game sales. This is really not surprising, especially since Capcom themselves said not too long ago that the PC is their primary platform, that the PC is buying more copies of their games than all the consoles combined are. According to this report, in fiscal year 24, the PC bought 60% of their digital copies. 28.2 million copies of Capcom games were sold on the PC, compared to 18.5 million digital copies on the consoles. And this is not surprising. The PC is growing extremely quickly. The consoles are rather stagnant, but even if that weren't the case, there is just an astronomically higher number of PC gamers than there are console gamers, and Capcom is a very successful publisher. Now, I kind of wish they weren't so successful on the PC, because they've been spreading around some bad habits recently, like their use of de novo and their lack of proper optimization for the RE engine, which is kind of bizarre because for years the RE engine was a piece of technical wizardry. Like, if you play an RE engine game from 2017 up to, I don't know, 2021, 22, that like first 4 or 5 years of the RE engine, they ran amazing. They still do. If you boot up DMC5 or RE7 on PC, these games run incredibly well. But over the last couple years, and arguably before that, Capcom has definitely been getting a bit lazier with their optimization, and they've also been getting more aggressive about their DRM policies, both of which have led to less optimized PC experiences. So, on one hand, hooray for PC gamers, shoving their might everywhere and showing publishers that yes, we do indeed buy games. And this whole lie that console fanboys push around about how PC gamers just pirate everything, that it's nothing more than that. It is a lie. So, on one hand, there's that, but on the other hand, I do worry a little bit about the trends that this is going to set forward, but that's not what this video is about. This video is not about anything intelligent. This video is not about anything smart or market trends or anything. This video is about the quote tweet that I made that read like this: but I thought PC gamers just pirate everything. Do you hear that sound? Do you hear that sound, dear viewer? It's the sound of my special power. Yeah, I have a special power of just tweeting out something that seems completely harmless and that like 95% of people agree with, but then the other 5% of the responses are like the most angry thing ever. And because the thing that I said was so simple and straightforward and not controversial, it just makes the replies fucking hysterical to me. So we're going to do another episode of that, because obviously PC gamers don't just pirate everything. Obviously there is an ass load of money to be made on the PC. That's why publishers keep trying to make money on the PC. That's why publishers keep putting games over here, because there is a metric ass load of money to be made over here. The idea that there isn't is very silly. But this quote tweet of mine, would you guess, dear viewer, made several people very upset with me. So let's just read through their replies, because, maybe someone has a really good point to make. Maybe someone said something smart for once. Alexander Martin says, PC players only have digital. That's like saying the fish and chip stores sells mostly fish and chips. Oxymoron PC twats don't understand. They barely understand the computer they put together with prayers and duct tape. But you know the old saying, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
You clearly have a learning disability, dude.
Okay. Lots to go over there. PC players only have digital. Yeah, sure, I'll give you that, I guess. Like, physical copies do still exist on the PC. They're just not nearly as widespread as they used to be. So, like, sure, I'll give you that PC gamers only have digital. We'll run with that for the sake of this argument. But there's a big difference between a digital copy on PC and a digital copy on console. That being actual ownership. You don't own every digital copy of a game that you buy on Steam, but you do own digital copies of games you buy elsewhere. And also, sure, you don't own the digital copy technically of the game you bought on Steam, but Steam is also going to be much more fair about that than somewhere like PlayStation or Xbox is going to be. So that's the first thing wrong here. Second thing here, what'd you say? The fish and chip store sells mostly fish and chips. Yeah, I don't really understand what fucking point you're even trying to make right now. Because the argument that people make is that PC gamers just pirate everything and that there's rampant piracy on the PC, and yet this report comes out and says actually the PC gamers are buying significantly more copies of digital games than console players are. If you're trying to make the argument here that this is only because, it's only because PC gamers just have digital games, of course they're buying more digital games than consoles because PC gamers only have digital games. Couple things wrong with this. First of all, you're now arguing that if we were to include physical game sales, specifically of Capcom games, that this disparity somehow wouldn't exist? Is that what you're trying to say? That seems to be what you're trying to say. Because I hate to break it to you, buddy, the vast majority of console game sales are also digital now. That's just the way it is. But the bigger problem here is the fact that you're not actually disproving what I said. You seem to think you are, but you're not. I'm poking fun at the people who say PC gamers don't buy games and that there's no money to be made on PC games because PC gamers just pirate everything. I'm making fun of those people, and you say, well, it's just because PC is a digital platform. Okay. Where is the rebuttal of my point? You are agreeing with me, actually. People say PC gamers don't buy games. I say that's a dumb thing to say because look at all these games that they bought. And then you come back and say, well, they only bought those because it's a digital focused platform. So you're agreeing with me that they bought the games. And then you say oxymoron PC twats don't understand. My boy, you're the one that just agreed with me and didn't notice. Tell me more about how I'm the one that doesn't understand here. He gets a response from Hugo who says, well, that means that the fish and chips store is selling fish and chips. You know, the thing that people used to say they don't do. And then Alex responds, says, you can convolute my statement, but rare to see PC sell 1 million copies, and lately you're not breaking 100k users. Oh, it's rare to see a PC game sell 1 million copies. That's rare now, is it? Okay, sure. I mean, it was just a few months ago that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 put up numbers like this. And it was just last year that Pal World put up numbers like this. I mean, even Sony's PC ports. You people hold Sony games in such high esteem. Even Sony's PC ports, by their own admission, have been selling 7 figures worth of copies, despite their ports being delayed and overpriced and poorly marketed. It's rare to see PC games sell 1 million copies. No, it is not rare. Ooh, Stalker 2. That's another one I just thought of. Stalker 2 sold 1 million copies very quickly. Also, Metaphor. I don't know if Metaphor hit 1 million copies on PC specifically, but it did hit 1 million copies, like, instantly on day one, and the publisher made a big deal about how it was overperforming on the PC, so safe to assume that one did 1 million copies. And now that I'm on the topic, I'm just thinking of other PC games that have absolutely hit 1 million copies. Starfield absolutely sold 1 million copies on PC. Basically, every Bethesda RPG has sold well over 1 million copies on PC. Basically, every Rockstar game sells over 1 million copies on PC. And Valve games, shit, I don't even know where to start with how many millions of copies games like Half-Life and Left 4 Dead have sold. How many copies Counter-Strike sold before that went free to play. Like, this isn't some rare happenstance that a game sells 1 million copies on PC. It happens pretty regularly, actually. But again, we're just PC oxymorons, which again, I don't think you actually know what the word oxymoron means. But you know, the PC players are the dumb ones here, because we acknowledged what's objectively happening. That's neat. Web DJ says, it says digital sales. You know there's multiple platforms where you can't only just buy digital games, idiot. Again, you're like the last guy. You're not actually disproving my point. People on your side of the fence like to say that PC gamers don't buy games. They just pirate all the games. There's no money to be made. And then one of the biggest publishers in the world comes out and says the PC is drastically outbuying the console in digital games, and digital game sales are like comically more popular right now than physical game sales. But even if you want to make the argument that if they were including physical game sales, this wouldn't be the case anymore, you are agreeing with me. I am saying it's silly to suggest PC gamers don't buy games, and you're like, yeah, well, it's just digital games. So you're agreeing with me. You're not even trying to disprove me. Sta says, grown man saying this, by the way. Yeah, man, you got me. Eesh. Let me just click on your profile to see what kind of real man is saying this. Because, I'm grown man saying this stuff. Well, let's just click on your profile. Fascinating stuff here. But let me just break this down for you. Grown man saying this. Yes, I, as a grown man, am pointing out the comedy of other grown men denying reality. I, as a grown man, am turning the whining and corporate slavery of other grown men into entertainment. And I make money off of that entertainment to pay my grown man bills. So yes, a grown man is saying this. And that literally means nothing, especially when you spend your days sucking off a corporation that doesn't know you exist, and also sucking off a game you haven't played. My boy, you are the reason my content exists. Pointing out that I'm a grown man does nothing to change the fact that you are the one we're laughing at. I also love this argument because it implies that if you don't think someone is funny, and that person you don't think is funny is over a certain age, they're just not allowed to exist. Like, like really? Like, if you agreed with me, or you did think I was funny, you wouldn't be bringing up how old I may or may not be. But because you don't think I'm funny, my age is now an inherent point of mocking. Like, boss, this doesn't hold up. Again, this content only exists because people like you don't realize how ass backwards your behavior is. Person with Thanos profile picture responds and says, they still do. Do you ever see something online and you just think to yourself, like, why weren't you just silent? Like, what was there to be gained by posting this? Like, hey, the thing you thought was true actually isn't true. Oh yeah? Well, yes it is. Like, genuinely, what was there to be gained by doing this? What was to be gained by putting yourself in this position? Last one. Escapism and Choice Advocate says, ask Rentbox, piss EU pirates didn't buy Hexen the Dark Ages Lamau. Have you ever considered that maybe PC players didn't buy as many copies of Doom the Dark Ages as you were expecting them to because there was a problem with Doom the Dark Ages? Like, have you ever considered the fact that PC gamers have the mental fortitude and like adult decision-making powers to not just run out and drop $70 on a game with forced ray tracing? Which, I mean, I think that was the major problem with Doom the Dark Ages. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal both did phenomenally well on PC. I think this giant fall off has more to do with the fact that the previous two Doom games were not exactly difficult games to run. They were extremely well optimized, and then here comes Doom the Dark Ages for $70 with forced ray tracing and much higher technical specs, and also it was on Game Pass. I think a lot of people would have rather tried it on Game Pass to make sure it even ran properly before dropping $70 on it. What you're describing here is PC gamers having more respect for their money than you do, which is extremely ironic coming from someone named Escapism and Choice Advocate. The choice here was to not drop full price dollary dues on a game that might not run well or have some kind of compromise to what you're willing to spend money on. PC gamers chose not to spend money on it in that state and at that price point because they made the choice to do that. But then here comes someone named Escapism and Choice Advocate talking shit about PC gamers for not just giving the corporation money, basically just because it had the right logo on it. Do you see the irony here? Are you even following the words I'm saying to you right now? Look, PC gamers buy the shit out of games, and I don't know how many reports have to come out and like reaffirm that before people just stop acting like it's not the case. And I also truly don't understand why you're so eager for them to not make money. You know what I mean? I don't know why you're so eager for publishers to not make money on the PC. I thought if you liked games and you liked certain companies that made games, certain developers, you would be happy to hear that the PC, which is the biggest platform, is also giving money to those developers and publishers. But, you know, I guess that's what happens when you care more about brands than actual games. What I'm saying is if this news upsets you about PC gamers buying games, if you're upset by that, you are not a real gamer. Doofus Club time. Okay, Binary Deviant, Oracle, Unknown 186718, Kev Dog in 1992, Oh No Joe's Pregnant, Official Dregs, Mash Star, Rip and Tears, What My PP Says When See Panty, Bear, Brain, Epion 504, Grimsy, Edge Knight 1789, Ass, Rip 3, and DeVito Until It Is Done, Kushka, Nate, It's Murkoff Brand, of course it's safe, Unicorn, Rocco, Wild Gamer 3001, No Possum, Bender Fondue, at Omega, Ass Ripper 69 420, I Hate Living Around a Bunch of Broke Ass People, Tom from Spokane, Dial Up, Kyle Ward 789, Sensen Nakage, and Envoy Law, Master Killer, The Return of the King, but he's upside down, George from Seattle, Partial Mean 8, Nick, Molthine, Voxalto, Cloaked Onyx, JJ Jesse, Hail the Nuva Pub, Cod Stop It, Codman 4372WX, Joe is the Gamer 127YT, not 127WT, get it memorized, Stellarot, Gold Pyrex, Zombie Fan, Alderalpha 1, Mail me your goddamn cat, Joe, or else, Doug Nigsy, Smile, Blast 1314, Snake Eyes 327, Devastator 2000, Joe, please let us touch tip, you sexy man, MK2396E, I'm still in the boat, Joe, please get help, Henthyax, Machina Gamma, Elite Wolf, Fire Hazard, 105. Oh shit, I completely lost. Happens. Klepto Penguin, Banshee, GWXSS, Rasp the Wolf, Evan Co, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Really Zerd Gaming, Dead People, Bender. Oh, fuck my life. All Games Video, you know what? That says One Piece Season 3. Max Killer, V2 Gaming, Biscuit 1101, Todd Howers, Our Lord and Savior, Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, Purple Raphael the Racking, Jessica Spiral, Jessica Shepard, Riki's Power, Big Tiki Dabby, Muskie, I'm not hyped for GTA 6, it doesn't look interesting to me. Grooming the Steel Angel, Randy Bitchford is a serial gooner. Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Voderham, Asterbird 69, Don't Call Me the Doofus, it hurts my feelings. 2Tex 940, Asterbird 202, The First Doofus, Creed Warrior 23, Max Chev, Chap is going away for a while, take care for now. Totally Insane, Vendetta Audrey, Black Cobra, The Enwa Slayer, Knight of Cypher, ML04, I own 6 copies of Cook 2006 on Blu-ray. Oh no, it's Poopsie, Wolf of Midnight, Stig Rider, Pig Venus, Seawind Studios, Film McCracken, Ohm Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thornskade, Maganeck, Severin, Evans, Spawning 03s, The Catalina Frickin' Wine Mixer, Pow Pow, Wide Trouble, Donnie Weston, Nick Donegan, Draws Mex on Twitch, Kung Hang, Y'all, Gob Gobson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Hinder, Croak Mofus, Hangman for Hire, Eldon the Noble, Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops, Biogenesis, Ian in Action, Floppy Pincus 97, Mega Key, Scruffy Skull, Ghost Toad, The Ryusagi to JoJo 6, Fast Girl, Fem Taker Raptor, Tim the Amazing Blight Man, Blue Hook, Jeff from Portland, Slap Salty Salmon to Joe. Snorlax, Mr. Techno Breeze, Jody Breeze, Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Breeze, Smitty Worker, Jägerman Jensen, oh no, it's Diddy Cubano, Mick Advertisement, Diego Garcia, JJ Dusty, A. Mike Kibikins, I American Idiot, Darth Muffin, oh no, it's Justin Randoid, Tuning Way, Mechanical Resonance, Extreme the Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, Negative Creep, Joe Taco, Recovering Alcoholic, Wannabe Hobo, Jidge, Westa, Billet 310 Char, Rob C, Veg, The Groovy Banana, Curtin Allen's Pack, Wear a Maid Dress once you hit 20k, Joe, The Last Melon, it's an Ice Age reference. It's an Ice Age reference. The Last Melon is a reference to Ice Age. Okay, Toodles.